Hey y'all, and this is a quick overview of Zwift with the Schwinn IC4. So I've only been riding now about 5 miles, but I'm already sweating. Obviously I'm out of shape because of the pandemic, and that's what prompted me to invest in this. But the Schwinn IC4 is great, and I'm going to show you within this video how I've got it set up for Zwift. Now at the time of filming this video, even though it's probably compatible, I haven't figured out how to pair my Apple Watch with Zwift, or the Zwift that's running on my computer, or however that links up. I haven't figured that out yet, but I do have the heart rate monitor from my Schwinn IC4, and it's paired in with Zwift. So also I'm running the companion app right here, which I've got Zwift on the big screen. It's powered by my MacBook Pro with an external graphics processing unit, eGPU. It's got a Vega 64 in it, and I'm running an 8-core i9. So the graphics on this are very impressive. Within the app, you can shout at other people. You can choose to make turns. You can change the camera angle. I'm going to zoom in so you can see everything while I'm riding here. So I'm already, like I said, just about 5 miles in. And let's see, I'm going to zoom in closely. Obviously this is Zwift, and this is a review of Zwift. So the imagery and the sounds that you're hearing, they're from Zwift. So, I'm filming this for review purposes. So let me get this good and angled here. Here we go. So I'm going to get on the bike. Okay, so I'm going to show you what this is like. So here on my bike, I've got a display. The display's time, calories, speed, distance, and level. And obviously level is controlled by this little knob on the IC4, so I can make it easier to pedal or more difficult to pedal. What makes this super cool is the app. You can see in the app I've got the watts that I'm producing, my mileage so far. I've been 5.1 miles. If I wanted to go in metric kilometers, I could do kilometers, but I chose imperial and I'm using miles. So that's a nice feature. Right now I'm doing 65 RPMs. I'm not pedaling hard. I don't have the magnetic resistance level on the bike up that high either. There's a few cool things about the companion app for Zwift. So you can see the view now. I'm in front of my avatar. I can push this button and I can take my avatar away. I can push it again, and this is like a first person view, like if you're behind the handlebars. I can push it again, you can see the back of myself. We're in a virtual, this is London. Push it again, you kind of get a down beside the back tire type angle. Push it again, you get this angle. And if I sped up or slowed down, obviously the avatar would react accordingly. Push it again, now I'm in front of myself. Here comes somebody behind me. And see, I can shout at them when they come by.
Nice!
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 There's other things, and again, I'm just starting to learn Zwift, but at certain key moments, it'll ask you if you want to turn to go to Buckingham Palace or stuff like that, and you can select that within the app. Also within the app, you see there it is, Buckingham. It says push arrow. So I can do that, or I can go to main loop, or I can go to Buckingham, or I can go to Knightsbridge. Toggle among those destinations within the app, the Zwift companion app. So we're going to go to Knightsbridge. The elevation gain that you see at the bottom, very faintly, I can toggle that on or off. It's off now. London's somewhat flat, so there's not a lot of elevation gain in London. There's a messaging feature where you can message other riders. The best part about this though is that it gamifies. Oh, and there's a little holder on my Schwinn IC4 if I don't want to hold the smartphone or tablet. It gamifies the experience. So not only are you getting an incredible workout, but you don't have to worry about people texting while driving. I was hit by a minivan at a red light, and the guy came over, and instead of saying, "Are you okay?" he was really rude. And I was very rude too, and I said, "Hey," I said, "you hit a pedestrian." He said, "Well, I ought to call the police." I said, "No need." And I pointed over there, and literally we were catty corner to the local police station. So I waved to the police officer. He came over. He said, "Do you want to press charges? Are you hurt?" I said, "I don't want to press any charges." I said, "That's not that's not how I operate. However, I do want to call out that this driver hit a pedestrian. He needs to pay attention to what he's doing." And that guy got mad. He left. But I wish he had hung around. I wish I got him to hang around a little bit longer, because when I got back on my road bike, I discovered that the rear wheel was warped from the impact of the minivan. And had I realized that, I would have made him pay for it, because it was a few $100s. But now I can do virtual cycling workouts indoors. Don't have to worry about texting and driving. I've got all of my analytics. I can keep track of my, within the app, I can keep track of my mileage. I can keep track of all sorts of stats. And then obviously I can compare that. I've got Bluetooth scales, so I can input this information and then my weight loss, and see, how much riding results in how much weight loss. And ultimately, I want to eat and drink whatever I want, so I'll do that. But I'll just do a lot of cycling and counteract those huge meals and those tasty beverages. So this is a great, see, we got a whole bunch of people. See, I can yell at them.
Right on.
Right on, it says. So, these are people from all over the world. Obviously, I'm in the United States. If you wanna look me up within Zwift, my rider name is Ic4 Guy. And so far, during this ride, I've been 6.3 miles. Now, like I said, when I started this tutorial video, I was at 5. But this is very motivational. Again, I am running this through my MacBook Pro external GPU with a Vega 64. So it's a high-end graphical rig. You could also use Apple TV 4K, which does a really good job. Or you could just use your smartphone and run the Zwift app on your smartphone or tablet and just put it on the handlebars of your IC4. But if you've got a TV in your house and you've got the ability to position your bike in front of the TV like this, this is going to provide the most immersive experience. So, see, now I got some guy, he tried to pass me and I passed him. He's probably been riding a long time. I'm still ahead of him. See, that's me in front. Oh, here he is. He's drafting me. See, he's getting behind me. And he gave me a thumbs up.
Right on.
And I just said, "Right on, get out of here." Close the gap. It's telling me to. So what I can do, I can increase resistance, pedal harder, and I can catch up with this guy. Whew. 6.8. Yeah, see, now I went ahead of him. But now he's drafting me. See, a lot of these people in here know what they're doing. It's not all about who pedals the hardest. It's a matter of endurance. Because a lot of these riders, they'll do 50, 60, 80 miles and barely break your sweat. You know, I do 20 or 30 miles and I'm going to the sub shop and eating 2 footlongs. So, yeah. But man, it is incredible how good this workout is. And I've got to get some towels because I'm sweating all over this stuff and that'll rust it, make it rust. But yeah, this is incredibly immersive. Again, it's not, the Zwift app is not like some of the other cycling apps that are photorealistic scenery. It's about an it's an immersive virtual cycling experience, obviously with computer generated graphics. But it's all these other people in there that make it more interactive. And I mean, I can race these people. Obviously, I'm just riding to try to burn some fat off. But you know, I could race. There's so much to do. Now there is a subscription. At least now there's a free trial, but subscription is very affordable. I don't quote prices because I think it's unfair. They always change. So you can check the link within this video's description to find all the equipment that I'm using, as well as a link to the various you know, price plans for Zwift. But it's really cool. I mean, if you want to stay motivated during your indoor cycling workouts and be able to have all that data tracked, so again, you can review all this data. Can't wait to figure out how to get my Apple Watch paired in. Because right now I've got a heart rate monitor, but this Apple Watch does so much more, and I want to get it paired into this ecosystem. It's just going to take a little bit of troubleshooting, but as soon as I figure it out, I'll be posting a tutorial video for that too. 7.4 miles so far. And see, I can reduce the resistance a little bit. This bike obviously has magnetic resistance. That's why there's hardly no noticeable noise. Very smooth, very quiet, very sturdy feel. It's got 2 water bottle holders, and that's something I need to load up before the next ride, because this one I'm just kind of goofing off, you know, I'll probably do 10 or 15 miles, you know, nothing much. But, you know, being in quarantine as long as I have without access to a gym, this is an impressive workout. Obviously, I'm going to get back in shape, and I'll be able to do longer endurance rides at a faster pace. But I mean, right now, this is good, you know, breaking me back into cycling and cardio in general, because all that I've been doing is just going for walks, and that doesn't do it, man. You got to have real cardio. So I'm going to be doing this, and then I've also got a magnetic rowing machine that I'll be doing for the upper body toning and to work other muscle groups. You know, since because of the current situation, I don't have access to a gym with free weights and strength training equipment. So, but even if you do have access to a gym, if you're watching this after the pandemic, this is a great app. And the best part is, you know, you do it in the comfort of your own home. There's no excuse to be lazy, man. No excuse whatsoever. So, speaking of being lazy, we're gonna cut this at 8.1 miles. My dude's still coasting because I just got off the bike. So, man, there he is. He's just sitting on the side of the road. And see what I can do now. Now, ultimately, I would end that ride. I've got a status bar at the top. I think this ride may have been 15 miles and only did like 8.1. So I'm a failure from that perspective. So we're going to go ahead and let's see if it'll let us end it through the companion app or if I have to do it from the computer. I bet I have to do it from the computer. So what I'm going to do is walk over to my keyboard and I'm going to end this ride. I was going to go down to menu. Oh, and look at this. You got all these analytics. And again, this is all within Zwift. I've got my best, this ride, my best wattage was 194 watts. My best 1 minute was 132 watts. My best 20 minutes was 110 watts. In cycling terminology, that's pitiful. And then I've got my heart rate distribution. Peaked out, got some really good fat burning, around 144 beats per minute. Let's see, what else? Only did 8.1 miles this ride, 33 minutes. Estimated calories for this ride, only 201. Elevation gain of 196 feet. So, again, great data, to track your progress. So, let's see, I'm going to do end ride. And then it tells you who you rode with. I had an achievement, and that's another thing. It gamifies it even more. You get achievements. I unlocked it said paired. I paired a device because that was a companion app that I was running on my iPhone. It says new PR sprint. So now it's got a countdown to OK. I guess it's just going to save this ride. Okay, now I can do save and exit, and this ride goes public. So I guess if you want to stalk my rides on Zwift, I'll have to find a link to my Zwift thing and share that with y'all. But that's just that is my 40-inch HD TV. And I'm going to show y'all the other setup here. So that's my 40-inch HD TV. And take this camera off the tripod. This is not a professional production. I'm just trying to show y'all what's up. So, there's my bike, my Schwinn IC4. And again, expand this video's description and then click the link there and you can find where to order it online. And then everything else that I'm using. So, I've got this paired up with my 40-inch smart TV. And then over here, this is where all the magic happens. In the corner, there's my eGPU, external graphics processing unit, with a Vega 64. Then I've got my MacBook Pro 8-core i9. This obviously plugged into the eGPU. HDMI cable running from the eGPU all the way to the 4K 40-inch smart TV. So, I kind of engineered, I engineered this room with YouTube live streaming in mind, but because of my monitor configuration, my furniture placement, and my virtual set and green screen, the way that this worked out, it left the perfect amount of space for my Schwinn IC4. So, did have a treadmill in the past. Treadmills are great. Treadmills are too big and too heavy to move around unless you have a big space, and they also require a lot more maintenance. This Schwinn IC4, again, magnetic resistance. Very quiet, very smooth, no friction pads to have to replace, like I had with my old exercise. I think the last exercise bike I had may have been 10 years or so ago. And it had friction pads. It worked, but it wore out, and it was noisy. And one of the pedals on it broke and gashed my shin, and I started bleeding all over the place. So, yeah, it wasn't a good experience. But there you have it. That is Zwift with the Schwinn IC4. Please subscribe to my channel. And again, expand this video's description and then click the link there to find where to order all of this. And it's a great workout. And again, I'm going to get some gym towels because I got to wipe my floor up. I've sweated all over the place. That's a good thing because if you don't sweat, you're not burning fat, man. Thanks for watching, and y'all have a good day. Hey y'all, Captain Irix Guy here. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to subscribe. It's youtube.com/Irix Guy. And ring that bell icon when you do to be notified whenever I post another video. Thanks for your viewership, and y'all have a good day.